In the developing world, this becomes one of the big problems of trying to make these programs work. This is what happens when you don't...
In the old days, medicine was taught in a more siloed fashion, looking at disease as both abnormal and normal.
It's pretty much, your first year you do all of the physiology, normal physiology of the human body. And then the second year, you spend that year doing all the pathophysiology and pathology, learning about all the various diseases that can go wrong with the organ systems. And then what the new curriculum strives to do is integrate that right into every organ system, whereas we had that all kind of spread out over a bunch of different courses over a bunch of years.
Genes to Society is more systems-based, so we did everything once. So when we did the lungs, we learned the normal at the beginning, then we learned the abnormal, and we learned the pharmacology, all at the same time, all one test. So it's definitely more streamlined. It's also PassFail, which is really nice.
In the previous sort of old curricula, they got a lot of basic science at a time when they didn't really see all of the relevance to clinical medicine.
Genes to Society really has changed that dramatically. The students see patients right from the beginning, and I think they get the connection.
They started with us trying to already get us introduced to the patient sooner. Well, I saw my first patient on day 3, and I thought that was pretty incredible because some of my friends at other medical schools didn't see patients for months.
And then we built in these intercessions between blocks of time in all 4 years. In the first 2 years, the intercessions focus on clinical topics.
For example, learning about health disparities or end-of-life care or global health, and these are things that very much affect all of us as physicians.
In the second 2 years, the intercessions focus on basic science. The scientific education that they receive is enormously important, and I think we all think that this is something that separates Johns Hopkins from many other places that one could get a medical education. And we didn't want to sacrifice on that. On the other hand, we did want to spread it out so that they were more receptive to it and they heard it at different stages, so perhaps more likely to carry it forward with them over the subsequent decades of their career.